Okay, a couple weeks ago, I posted like this fun reel showing a little bit of a school day with me and the kids. But Zach has not really had a chance to talk much from his point of view because y'all know he grew up homeschooled and I did not. So I'm making him answer some questions today, just some of the ones I see the most, so you can kind of get a feel of his perspective. And some of the like top ones are how long were you homeschooled and what was your favorite memory? So we'll start there.
Okay. I was homeschooled all the way from kindergarten until I graduated high school and got my high school diploma. And my favorite memory homeschooling probably is when I first was learning to read, and we had a big window kind of like the one in our living room. And my mom would sit and she had these little, paper books, just the little ones you get from Abeka, just going through and teaching me, sounding out words. And I remember that's where my love of reading started. And from then on, I read every book we could find in the house.
This kid grew up, his mom has so many stories. He grew up reading encyclopedias. He read encyclopedias for fun.
Well, that was a long ways down the road. But
yeah, not when you first started, but like he loved
Well,
reading.
we didn't have a TV, so that was my entertainment. And if it was too cold to fish, then, I read everything else. I would have been a nerd in real school.
It's cute though. I'm glad you liked it. The other thing people are super interested in is like how your homeschool experience has influenced us with homeschooling our kids.
I think the biggest thing for me is looking for that one-on-one connection and also being able to really get involved with exactly where they're at and what they're learning and how they're doing it. Getting to be a part of that, it is a lot of responsibility, but at the same time, it's very rewarding for me to be able also to tie in everyday things with what they're learning in school. If we're cutting a pizza and we're learning fractions, here's an opportunity.
True. See, you have a good perspective. Okay, another good one is
We're in the hot seat over here.
Well, nobody ever really hears your side. Y'all know we homeschool and he grew up homeschooling. So it's kind of fun to get your perspective. But what was one of the major benefits or things that you feel was the most rewarding of being homeschooled your whole life?
Oh my. So one of the major benefits for me was my dad traveled and preached, and we got to travel a lot of the United States on the eastern side. If it was east of the Mississippi, I've been to most of the states and got a lot of experiences. We'd load up our little Abeka books. Everybody had a little bag, and we'd hop in the van, and Dad would go preach, and we'd do our school everywhere we went. And that was just the mobility of it, and being able to go and do and experience a lot of things, a lot of different places was great for me. Another thing, of course, the biggest benefit I keep going back to is having my parents involved in my life like that and my education. And that's one of the reasons for me that I want to do it with my kids. And we've got the Abeka curriculum going through the same way I did so that I can invest and be there for them. And also, hopefully, when we travel and things like that, give us a lot more freedom to do whatever we want to do as a family and still make sure they're getting a top-notch education.
And I feel too, with me not being homeschooled, I do like the mobility of being able to go outside or go somewhere else and do school and take it wherever I need to instead of feeling like we have to stay in one room all day long. But
yeah, it doesn't have to be traveling the U.S. Sometimes it's just a better focus on a wonderful, beautiful spring day to sit out under a tree.
We spend many
and do math
days
problems.
outside.
It's a lot better than sitting at a desk or at the table or even at the couch.
Okay, what advice would you give other homeschooling parents, but especially ones like me that had zero background in homeschooling?
If you wanted to homeschool in today's world, you definitely can. There's a lot more resources out there than even when I was being homeschooled. For us, we use the Abeka curriculum, and I love the way that it's got clear objectives. The goals are very achievable for the children. Yeah. It encourages their engagement. We can step in and be a part of teaching as much as we want to, and we can also trust those teachers and use the video lessons that we use to help go with those subjects and teach the subjects as well. So just a lot of versatility there. And I love the way Whitney loves the teacher's guides.
That is if I had to pick one thing that I'm just that is what truly helps me is they have my lesson plans. So I don't even have to come up with lesson plans. They have my whole teacher's guide for every day, what I need to do with every subject. So for me, that was really nice when I stepped into it. But me stepping in with zero homeschool background, having my teacher's guide with the lesson plans were that was huge for me.
And I think the structure she brought from public school also was a big addition, because I think growing up with so many of us homeschooling so many grades, sometimes there wasn't as much structure as we were learning the subjects, but it might be in a lot different areas. And she's really like following that teacher guide and, okay, we're going to finish these lesson plans today, and seeing how that curriculum really fits together when you keep up with those lesson plans. When you're learning one thing here, it's being reinforced on the other side in another subject.
That was a good point. I didn't think of it that way. But guys, anytime you have questions, I feel like this was good to get your perspective on it. You know, it's just different when you put two worlds together.
Find friends to homeschool and ask them.
Yeah, you can do